Хочет добавку, может,
Спасибо.
нет?
Нет, спасибо.
А другу твоему чай?
Он уже взял.
They met Water and Stone, poetry and prose, Ice and Flame, former policeman and the convict. Sergei and Oleg, they are only friends for each other. It's real man's friendship, checked by alcohol intoxication. Fight of 2 against 10 cold nights and surviving on the streets. They define their secret 7 years friendship without any hesitation. Street. It is the first secret, street. It's only street. And mutual understanding. We always forgive each other, no matter what misunderstanding do we have. The real person is the most important. We learn to forgive. Sergei, unlucky, invested money and lost the accommodation. Before the 43 alcoholic was a policeman. Oleg is 64. He is the former officer. By my fullness, I sold the firearms from the military unit. It was a property confiscation. 52 units of firearms. Oh, how did you do that? Yes, it was fun. Maybe you are surprised. And I had a court with the confiscation of property. How long have you been living in the streets? Oh, from 1995. Every day at 2 o'clock, Sergei and Oleg come to the stand for free food. Except tea and bread, they are offered a place to sleep. But the homeless refuse because it's banned to smoke in the shelter. That's why, taking their second, they go away, giving the place for the others. Today we have a soup for the lunch with meat for our people to be healthy and strong. The homeless are fed by the volunteer of the Shelter New Life. The feeding is overseen by Andrei, the former alcoholic and homeless, which started to fight for the destiny and won. He was even buried legally, and he returned from Siberia with his death certificate. It was difficult for him to prove that he is alive. The only thing helped him that he was convicted earlier, and his fingerprints were stored in the database. His return to life is celebrated with Basta. I was drinking alcohol for months and was living at the streets that my family didn't see me. I clearly understand the life of these people who live in the street, because I was doing the same things, drinking lots of different kinds of alcohol. Almost 10 years Andrei has been living in the shelter. He has a work like most of the people in the shelter, but it's not so profitable. He is a shoemaker, and he has no shoes, even slippers. He's repairing his shoes because we came. It should be repaired. The heel piece should be fixed. Do you make it for free? 10 hryvnias or a bar of chocolate, something like that. It is not the price that usually is paid. Because we live here, brothers and sisters, we don't profiteer from each other. A person should have a desire to be changed. If we wash him, clean him, nothing will be changed. And if we rent a flat for him after 1 year, we will find him in the dump in a month. The way of thinking should be changed and renewed. We come to the railway station, see that homeless people have rest there, they sit, eat and sleep, and they are kicked out. We approach them, wake and ask them, would you like to change your life? Do many of them want it? Yes, many people want to change their life. So Ivan turned in the shelter. Every newcomer fills in the form. The broken life is described in 2 lines of autobiography. Then the homeless are washed and given the clothes. After the washing, they are fed. and the full tramp is given the bed with real linens and blanket. Those with bad luck lay right on the floor. Before there was a big stock of mattresses after the selling. Every day the number of homeless coming to the shelter become bigger. They need to extend. Of course, we can't accept all of them, and we distribute them thanks to our partners with branches in Cherkasy, Dnipropetrovsk and Odessa region, which was opened recently. We distribute them. Some of them are sent to the hospitals. Different people are trying to start their new life in the spacious but dark premises on Stolbovaya Street. The former criminals and childless widows, bankrupted businessmen and drunken teachers live here side by side. All of them were rescued by faith. Vasily was saved from the death by religion. Now he has a real home and family. He often comes to the shelter to visit their brothers and sisters in Christ and tell that he is happy because he failed to hang himself. He wanted to die because he was afraid of the life he was living. As soon as I tried to hang myself, I fell down on the floor as somebody untied the belt. At the second attempt, I take the leather belt, make it wet, tied it 2 times. It seemed to be impossible to untie. I bit out the stool. The next moment, the bit, black corridor, and lights on the sides as the railway strip in the airport. Sharply the light went out, and I heard a whisper, "Naomi, he is alive." Irina got on the street after selling her flat, earned money she gave to save a kid with a cancer. Her daughter died at 29. There were nobody to live for and place to live. Now her life is improving. She keeps house as she did before for her friends. I have been living here for 4 months. The facilities are very good here. We have meals 3 times a day. It's very good food. Here are the clothes. Tell us about what's there. Winter clothes, and there are some summer ones. Something is mine and something is from humanitarian. But it is not so many clothes. Is it all that you have? No. Right now there are 65 seats in the shelter. It's not enough for the million city, where homeless from all the CIS are coming. That's why New Life plans to open the new premises. It's already been building the home for the single mothers with kids. It has been registered 5,500 homeless. It can be doubled. So there are more than 10,000 homeless people, and this problem can't be solved by this shelter. But if all the utilities will unite their efforts, it could be solved partially. We are working in team. There is a set of rules and strict schedule in the shelter. It's strictly banned to drink alcohol, smoke, or use the bad language. There is a time for prayer and service. The religious aspect confuses many tramps. That's why spending few hours after the lunch, they return back streets. And some of them, they don't accept this new life, coming only for lunch. How long have you lived on the street? For 12 years. How did it happen? I don't have any home. But you had it. Yes, I had. But now I don't have it. The inhabitants of the shelter are the example that drinking addiction and vagrancy is not the verdict. Everyone who wants can stand up from the bottom, but goes up. But not everyone can reach the surface. This is small Nadezhda. She is 5. She doesn't go to the kindergarten, and probably she won't go to school. Her grandmother Nadia doesn't want to share a story how her granddaughter was left without her mom. The older Nadezhda lives on the street, protecting the granddaughter and covering with the jackets found at the scrapyard. Granny is the only protection to the girl. Cold, hunger, and flu, and adult men. I'd like the small girl to eat. She's like a daughter and a granddaughter to me. We have been living on the street together for 4 years. Where is your mom? Your mom is in the hospital. How did it happen that you eat on the street? Don't touch this, Tim. It's still painful. Time to time, Tuna Jesus visit the heating point, especially because it was impossible to sleep without heater in the snowfall. It is one of the 2 city heating points, the tent set for 50 people. The flop house is absolutely autonomic, even with the generator. The sleep of the homeless is secured by the ambulance units and the volunteers every day. On usual days, there are 4 volunteers, on the frosty, there are 10 of them. We need to keep order here, not to let them drink alcohol or smoke. We communicate with people, help them psychologically by taking part in their lives. We give food to them and talk to these people. But more often the homeless don't need any taking part. They just need something warm to eat or to drink, a packet of cigarettes or something else. Not everyone is strong enough to start the new life, but those who are lucky to get out of the slump are afraid of coming back to the previous life.
Последний срок, мне правду говорить не стыдно. Полжизни прожита во тьме, среди случайных вспышек света. Как хорошо, что я теперь все реже вспоминаю это. Я нашел того, кого искал, он ответ на все вопросы дал. Он дорогу в небо осветил, дверь спасения для меня открыл. Я нашел того, кого искал, он ответ на все вопросы дал. Он дорогу в небо осветил, дверь спасения для меня открыл.